And that's huge shift. It means maybe in the future, there's no thousands of apps. There's just one app that you talk to every day that is your AI agent, and maybe he has a bunch of sub-AI agents helping him out, but that's going to be the interface of the future. So as a business, you need to think, how do you prepare for that, and how do you benefit from it, right?
We're into some Metallicus updates, some announcements that have recently taken place from Metal Blockchain. XPR Network has been making some noise as well in this space. And so I want to show you guys how some of the recent posts from XPR Network goes hand in hand with something that's going on with agentic commerce, agentic AI, and the, just embeddedness of this digital transformation into our everyday lives, and how agentic AI is going to be a part or a foundational aspect of our lives moving forward. I want to pull up some video clips from some pretty large organizations in the space talking about AI agents. First one here. This gentleman, I believe he is, I don't remember this dude's role. He plays some role in the Soy Foundation, if I'm not mistaken. But he was on Trade Talks, NASDAQ Trade Talks, and he goes on to talk about the future of finance and how AI agents will play a huge role. So this is going to set the tone for this portion of today's video breakdown. Take a second and listen to what this gentleman says.
Really big growth opportunity here, and we don't think it's necessarily more humans trading on blockchain. We think it's agents, right? If you think about, the average question someone asks is, how many agents do you think you're going to have? Somewhere between 3 to 5. Some people say 10. People who use agents actually talk about hundreds of agents. Anyway, that's like 6 to 7 billion people online. That means we're going to have 30 to 50, maybe 100 billion agents online. They're going to be trading. They're going to be doing stuff. They're going to be transacting. What are they going to be transacting with? Blockchain-based assets, stable coins, tokens, crypto, right? I mean, they can't be KYC'd. They don't have a bank account. They don't have a PayPal. They're going to basically just have a wallet where they're going to be trading with each other. We see this already happening today. And that is basically where we think the big growth opportunity will happen. So it's going to be humans trading the way that they are, but there's literally going to be tens of billions of new agents that are going to be coming into the world, basically powered by blockchain and wallet technology.
He said tens of billions of agents powered by blockchain and running on wallet technology.
Bro, we've been talking about this as well. I want to say for the past 2 years as well. These AI agents are going to be having their own economies, bro. Like, this is real. It's happening real time.
And then, interestingly enough, today, Mastercard announced this, April 17th, Lobster Cash partners with Mastercard to let AI agents make secure payments using existing card holders, Mastercards. So think about how many people out there have a Mastercard right now in their pocket or their wallet that have no idea that this just happened.
Yeah, zero clue. It's most of America.
It's kind of terrifying, if you ask me. It's terrifying.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
So Metallicus just announced this, says they are excited to share that they have joined the Circle Alliance program, a global community of teams focused on bringing the world on chain powered by USDC. And I said there will be signs. Now, if we come over here, considering we're on the topic of AI agents, well, the CEO of Circle, Jeremy Allaire, in a recent panel discussion, went on to talk about how every institution and every person in the world will have a wallet and will use AI agents. Listen to what he says here.
Circle was founded 13 years ago, and we had a vision that it would become possible to build a protocol for dollars on the internet. Over the last 5 years in particular, that has grown enormously. Just this past week, a number of third parties reported that USDC transaction volume is now the majority of stablecoin transaction volume in the world. And ARC is fundamentally, in our view, an economic operating system. On top of that infrastructure, we've been building Circle Payments Network, or CPN, an application for financial institutions. It's built for banks and FIs who want to move money around the world using this blockchain infrastructure and stablecoin infrastructure as settlement pipes. ARC is designed not as a decentralized network, but as a distributed network built for real-world economic activity that public companies and regulated financial institutions can build on top of. So where are we going? I believe we are very fast moving into an AI-powered economic system. And so we are building infrastructure for that purpose. ARC as an economic OS is built to be able to support not just humans, but AI agents as principal actors on these networks. We announced and put into testnet in the last 2 weeks something called Circle Nano Payments, built on ARC. It provides a unified balance for AI agents to hold and store value, and it enables them to make payments using the X402 standard to other agents. I want you to take away one key thing about Circle. We seek to be a market neutral infrastructure company. We want to work with every institution in the world.
So just think about what this dude just said and what the previous dude said. Tens of billions of AI agents coming on chain, and the largest stablecoin infrastructure provider in the world just openly admitted that they have now built infrastructure for AI agents to make payments with other AI freaking agents.
Yeah, what blows my mind too is that he says that AI agents are going to be the principal users, and you got guys in the audience nodding their head like, "Yeah, what you're saying is not cap." Yep, definitely agree with this. Like, this is massive.
XPR Network went on to post this, Aqua, if you want to give it a read. There's 2 posts that they just recently put out that go hand in hand with what the guy first said about how all of this will run on blockchain and all of this will run on wallet infrastructure, right? So this is the first post if you want to give it a read.
Yeah. It says XPR is hitting a different kind of momentum right now. dApps are launching across the ecosystem. AI agents are actively trading on chain. Meme communities are spinning up NFTs overnight. This isn't hype. This is real usage from every angle. Builders, agents, culture, all moving at once on XPR Network. Yeah, what a great post.
And this is the second one here, considering the wallet infrastructure mentioned. Nano payments don't work on most blockchains. Fees kill them. Latency breaks them. So models like AI agents, paying per request, streaming value, machine-to-machine payments. Okay, think about this, right? So hold on. I like key vocabulary. He said machine-to-machine payments, or XPR Network posts this, machine-to-machine payments. We have them joining the Circle Alliance program, okay? And we got Jeremy Allaire here saying what? That AI agents can now, based off their infrastructure, make payments to each other, right? This just shows that XPR Network is aligned with the future of finance. It says, so models like AI agents, paying per request, streamlining value, machine-to-machine payments on other blockchains don't scale. XPR Network fixes that. No fees, instant, at names. This is what real nano payments look like. So that was
my mind is being blown right now. I'm just thinking of things like, are these AI agents gonna have to file taxes and shit, bro? Because like, this is, if you think about it, they're not consuming anything physically from this culture. They're coming in, and if they're making money, they're adding more money to the honeypot of money that comes in through our tax money. Like, and if they're gonna come in the billions and potentially surpass human population, I feel like, bro, like the United States' debt should be a joke. Like, you should be able to get that shit paid off with these AI agents too. Shit.
Yeah, it's a great question. Who knows? What I will say is that the future, like, that's why all of this is taking so long. Just little questions like that throw a monkey wrench in everything, because without that in place, without regulations around that question alone, none of this can scale. So that's why this is all taking so long, because once that is figured out, only then can institutions come in at scale, and that has not fully happened yet. So great question, bro. I don't know. I think so. I mean, who knows? I know this for a fact that there's going to be robots and artificial intelligence, and it's already happening in certain jurisdictions, but it hasn't happened on a massive scale yet. But they're going to have citizenship. They're going to have their own apartment. They're going to have their own daily lives. They're going to make wages like all of us. And they're just going to be like operational in our ecosystem. And it's going to be like normal in the future to see a robot walk into work.
Yeah. Shit, that's going to be
Yeah, it is, bro.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely. Yeah. So I would be surprised to go outright and say that these in-house robots eventually, or maybe robots become so aware in the future, like at first we might have like home robots, but eventually they're going to request that you pay them, you know, for housework.
Damn, I'm just thinking about it too. Like potential entrepreneurs, hustler mindsets, you can be like, I'm gonna get 10 robots, I'm gonna get them an apartment that they all could stay in, right? But they're all earning me a salary because their money comes to me, but I house them here. Like, there's just so many ways that this technology can be utilized by ourselves too. You know, it's not necessarily all doom and gloom. Like, if you're aligned with this shit, you can, you know, make some shit happen with this tech.
I'll tell you what, bro, our kids' future is going to be insane.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
is.
I
Yeah.
was driving around the city with my daughter the other day, and she saw one of the driverless cars for the first time, and she stopped me. She was freaking out. She was like, Daddy, there's nobody in that car and it's moving. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, yeah, baby girl, like that's normal. Like, that's the new thing now, you know? And I told her, I said, she was like, you know, would you ever get in one? And I said, look, in the future, you're probably going to live and operate when you're daddy's age in a future where humans are not allowed to drive anymore. And I told her, I said, just make sure that you never trust them. Make sure that you never trust them. Always be skeptical and always just be, you know, aware. You know,
Yeah.
don't ever give your full trust to it, because if you do, that's when they're gonna freaking, you know, iRobot us, bro. I don't play that shit.
There's a movie, I forget what movie it was, but like they were driving in a self-driving car. I feel like they even throw out a stat too, that like they're like 99.9% perfect or something, and then somebody wanted to off that person, like that character in the movie, and they were able to like hack the system and make the car crash. I forget the movie, but I'm just remembering that scene. And yeah, when you said don't trust it, like that scene comes in my mind, you know what I mean? So
Dude, I just hope that every time I'm in the city, one of them crashes into my truck, so that way I could catch a real fat loss.
oh shit, bro.
Hey, please make the wrong turn. Don't put a turn signal on. This paper here from I don't remember what not law firm, which consulting firm it stems from, but in this screenshot here, it says, for the first time in history, the most important customer in retail may not be a person at all, but the intelligence acting on their behalf. So it talks about how AI agents in the future, everybody's going to have one. And it's literally an assistant guide talking about how to start to use your AI agent to purchase goods for you, to purchase, to shop for you online for your clothes or anything in general. And it's just a whole guide on different waves that are about to unfold with AI agents. You can see here it mentions wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. Right now, we're only in wave 1, right? So there's going to be different waves to this. And then this guy right here, bro, you know, I don't know if you know who this is. Do you know who this dude is right here?
I can't say I do. No, I
He
don't
is
think so.
he's the COO of crypto.com. I just know you're big on crypto.com, so I thought you might know.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely am. No, I have never seen him, but yeah, that's dope.
So Crow, right? Crypto.com, of course. This is Eric Enzani. I'm probably butchering his last name, but listen to what he says here about AI agents and how they will be the future.
There's been a fundamental shift on how people will interact or interface with any services in the future, whether it's for investment, whether it's for commerce, for travel, for health. The interface of the future is going to be an AI agent. And that's a huge shift. It means maybe in the future, there's no thousands of apps. There's just one app that you talk to every day that is your AI agent, and maybe he has a bunch of sub-AI agents helping him out, but that's going to be the interface of the future. So as a business, you need to think, how do you prepare for that and how do you benefit from it, right? And I think
let me run that back and think about what Aqua just said to you guys. Listen to what he just said. And remember, let's replace some words. Let's just do some wordplay. He said, as a business, you should do this. So let's think, as a retail investor, we should do what? Listen to what he says.
Your AI agent, and maybe he has a bunch of sub-AI agents helping him out, but that's going to be the interface of the future. So as a business, you need to think, how do you prepare for that and how do you benefit from it, right? And I think the first thing you need to do is make sure your suite of products can talk to an agent. If we look at a professional venue, you already have some APIs and things like that, but it's not already the case on maybe your retail platform or some other product that you're offering. So the first thing we did when we saw that trend coming up is make everything accessible through API, right? In a safe and secure way. That's very important, especially in the space of AI agents. And the second is, how do you explain to the AI agent how to use those APIs and understand natural language to process orders? So then you have to build skills. So we built the skills file for the AI agents to be able to use those APIs. I think our skill is like top 3 trending in the industry. So people are actually, agents also are actually using it.
So I'll stop right there. He literally said, you should be thinking about this as a business, how to benefit from it, and how to build digital skills.
Yeah, I feel like key word was benefit, bro. Like that stuck out to me the most, right? When you had said pay attention, he said, yeah, how can it can benefit you? Goes hand in hand what we were just talking about right now.
So perfect timing, bro. She came in at the perfect moment because that was my presentation for today. That is all that I had to share. A couple of video clips that I found throughout the week that surfaced inside the private CYPRX Discord. As always, for now, that's all that I had. But if you guys want access to any of the information, any of the documents, any of the panel discussions that go hardly unnoticed, it's all available in our crypto research section. You guys have all these tabs here. You got stablecoin, CBDC, cybersecurity, AI agent, DeFi, real world assets. I mean, the researchers never sleep. They're always constantly dropping documents in here, panel discussions that everybody should be paying attention to and watching. Like every week, I'd say that there's probably about 50 panel discussions and summits that are shared in our chat that are up to date and relevant that people should be paying attention to. Hardly getting any views. Definitely lock in with us. And then if you guys want to learn about DeFi, you guys want to learn how to get your digital assets working for you, you all can always head over to CYPRXtrading.com. You guys can access the Discord from here. You guys can access the Wealth 28 Club from here. We'd love to have you on the team. There's so many ways to just grow, to learn, to just educate yourself in this ever-evolving market landscape. I can't stress enough that now is the time to do so. Don't take it from me. Take it from everybody that you heard on today's video discussion. With that being said, Aqua, if you have anything else, bro, I'll leave the floor. But if not, that was my presentation for today. So I appreciate you for tapping in.